with fervor gleam. In this game we find our might, push the pedal like the night. With each lap our spirits flight, racing on with all our might. Trucks flying through the night, NASCAR dreams within our sight. Asphalt heroes in the fight, peacemakers gaming life so bright. Rev it up, feel the pace, speed hounds in the race. Feel the thrill, feel the chase, victory is our only place. Thrill the place, thrill the place. Throttle down, no time to waste. In this high octane haste, feel the thrill, feel the chase. Victory is our only place. Throttle down, no time to waste. In this high octane haste, every corner, every taste leads us closer to first place. Throttle down, no time to waste. In this high octane haste, in this high octane haste, every corner, every taste leads us closer to first place. Under lights the engines scream, this is more than just a dream. Through the asphalt like a beam,
baby!
racers' hearts with fervor gleam.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll here this afternoon. The racing action about to get underway, the battling here at the beautiful Talladega Super Speedway about to get underway. Oh, let's go, baby. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, baby. This is going to be a lot of fun. Woo! Oh! Yes, sirski. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the action is just about to get started here this afternoon for the amazing Lapan Family Racing for a Cause charity event this afternoon. This is going to be a great time as Dirt Track Junkies. What's good, Dirt Track Junkies? We got a huge announcement later on this afternoon, but we can give you guys a quick little preview of it. Let's make sure we get our newest logo into the stream here. Make sure we get that added in right now. Let's get that up and in there. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The DTJ, the Dirt Track Junkies. Now, a part of the Peacemaker family here, as well as we get ready for this amazing charity event, amazing showcase here of great racing and great, just such a great community. Whether it's the Peacemaker gaming community or it's the HCK Beagles community coming together here and really helping out Jason Lapan and his family after a disastrous fire that took out their garage. It took out a bunch of vehicles. It took out their a lot of damage on their house as well, man. They lost a ton in a garage house fire that happened, I think, about a week ago. It's absolutely heartbreaking. It breaks my heart that that happened to one of our own, one of the Peacemaker Gaming family members here. And for everyone coming in and jumping into this race, being a part of the action, we can't thank you guys enough, man. All the support and love for the Lapan family means the world. As Richard Bradshaw comes in, says, much love to the Lapan family. I appreciate that, Richard, coming in, showing the love there for the Lapans. As Ryan Peterson says, thanks for this, Aaron. We appreciate you, my man. We appreciate everything that the HCK Beagles does. And when the family comes together, the Peacemaker fam, and everyone getting in on the action, man, it makes for some amazing stuff here. And I'm super glad to be a part of it. Super glad to be, a part of a community and a network of people and drivers and fans in the stands that want to come in and help somebody in our community out like that. Is Dirt Track Junkies coming in with the like on the stream. Jeff McJeffrey with that like as well. Ryan Carnegie, Mr. Carnegie, coming in showing the love with the like, says, sadly couldn't make the race today, brother. That is unfortunate. Ryan, if you can, before the race starts, brother, or I'll have to look through the Discord, if you can link a PayPal link or a donation link of some sorts, so that way any of the fans in the stands, if they want to help out and show the love over there to the Lapan family here this afternoon, link that in over on Facebook or over on Twitch and YouTube, and we'll make sure that everyone can get an opportunity to help out an amazing family here this evening. As Aaron Benschneider, Mr. Benschneider, coming in with the 200-star dono here this afternoon. I appreciate that, brother, coming in showing the love here on the broadcast. As Dirt Track Junkies says, let's go! Let's go, Dirt Track Junkies! Let's get it, baby! Dirt Track Junkies, a brand new member of the Peacemaker family here this afternoon. Check them out over on Facebook. Check them out over on their website. We're going to have a post up in just a little bit here as well to tell and show everyone the amazing people here in this one. As Janelle says, what a great racing community. Amazing to see everyone coming together. We love to see everyone coming together, man, for such a great cause, for such an amazing thing. It's awesome to see the community come together and help out the Lapan family here tonight. As K-Dub, Kevin Winker coming in, showing the love, says, let's go Daga, baby. Daga is going to be a lot of fun. As Martin Long, what's good, Martin? Martin coming in, says hello as well. Adam Oxley coming in with that like on the stream. Aaron Benschneider with the big love here in this one, the big D of the day, the heart reaction as well, as HCK Beagles Truck Series coming in with that share on the broadcast. My dad, Ben Bebo, dad coming in showing the love with that like on the stream as well. Dimitri Curtis, what's good, Dimitri? Dimitri coming in showing the love as well, as Michael Murdoch with the like on the broadcast. Corey Benschneider also coming in with that thumbs up. Brad Hunt, what's good, Mr. Hunt? Bad Brad Racing coming in with that like and the share here on the broadcast. Andrew Hainsley, my boy Hainsley, coming in as well with the like and the share here on the broadcast as we get ready to rumble. We get ready to go to battle. Practice, qualifying, it's all come to a close, and drivers will roll out onto the speedway, all for a great cause here this afternoon, as Brandon Eastman will start in that pole position in the PPG Pennzoil number 12 ride. To his outside, it is the KTM ready to race number 14. It's Nathaniel Ostrowiecki. Neil Lapidus in the OsuckOutdoors.com number 26 will start there in third. To his outside, the 78 ride, that is Matt Langley. Starting in position number 5 in the 40 ride here, the Rock Solid Rigs machine, that is Nathan Nixon. He's going to have that beautiful Go Navy number 31. That's Robert McDonald, who will start there in 6. Starting at 7, we see K-Dub himself, Kevin Winker, in that Muleburger Custom Homes number 42 ride. He's got Ricky Mandela Sr. to his outside. Then we see Dimitri Curtis back in the 83 as the Frets for Pets. The Juke Joint, number 83, starting back there in position number 11. He's got Jeremy Lucy, Tyler Carnegie, Ryan Peterson, Mike Benton, John Russo, Robert Blair, John Herbert, Jacob Grube, Chris Gilbert, Edward Koshersberger, Jason Lapan himself, Jason Lapan in the house as well in that beautiful Michael's Warrior Project Truck Series. The beautiful Michael's Warrior Project ride out there, and we love to see Jason Lapan out here racing with us this afternoon. Mark Beverly, Brandon Deming, Nate Cogdell, Kyle Van Tassel, Sammy Davis, and we do have Nicholas Snyder, who's going to start down pit side. Andrew Hainsley also starting down pit road in the Me Cougar ride, and Gregory Turner, our race control down there as well, as we are going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are quickly green flag racing here at Talladega Super Speedway here in this one, as Charlie Tubbs Milner, my boy Charlie, coming in setting it off here in this one with the 1,000-star dono, says sending love from Dirt Track Junkies. It wouldn't let me send stars from my business page. It usually does that. Facebook is very, very odd with business pages, even gaming pages a lot of times. It doesn't let you do that, but I appreciate that, Charlie, coming in showing the big love. The Dirt Track Junkies coming in showing the love here in this one. As out in front, it's Brandon Eastman. Eastman in that 12 ride, our pole sitter, who will lead lap number 1, is quickly right there onto his back bumper. That is the 40 ride of Nathan Nixon. Nixon rolls in position number 2 with K-Dub. Kevin Winker back there behind him is a little bit of 3 wide action deeper in the field. You see these drivers down the straightaways. They're jostling around. They're trying to find some dancing partners. They're trying to find some friends out there on the speedway to help push and launch them forward and towards the front of the field. One of those being Tyler Carnegie. Tyler back there in position number 9 early on, up a few spots, and he is quickly trying to race his way up towards the front of the field. Now he's a driver that's new here to the HCK Beagles, so he doesn't have as many friends as some of these other drivers out there, so he's gonna have to try to find some new people to hang out with, some new people to race with, and see who he can kind of mesh with, run good with, and try to build some friendships out there before the end of this race. As Tech Warrior Technologies coming in, becoming a brand new follower here on Peacemaker Gaming. I appreciate that. Tech Warrior Technologies coming in, showing the love, dropping that follow, and becoming part of the Peacemaker fam over there on Facebook. Is out in front, K-Dub jumping up to that middle groove. Kevin Winker's looking to try to take that Muhlenberger Custom Homes number 42 ride up to the front of the field as he is trying to go door to door with our race leader. Brandon Eastman, though, getting a great shove here to his back bumper. Nathan Nixon gonna take him all the way down through the tri-oval and back down across the start-finish line as it's down here more towards corner number 1. It's at the exit of that tri-oval, unlike where we see at Daytona International Speedway. It's a few hundred meters down the racetrack, so it creates for some really crazy finishes here at Talladega, especially with how big and wide this racetrack is. The super speedways always produce such great racing, but at the same point in time, they always produce some crazy finishes, whether it's huge wrecks that are out there on the speedway or some big momentum runs in 2, 3, 4 wide down across the line by a couple inches or even less than inches out there on the racetrack. Excuse me, as these drivers, they look to go 3 wide here once again. K-Dub kind of stuck right there in the middle. He's got Nathaniel Ostrowiecki trying to help him and push him to the front of the field, but all of their help that was right there behind them just jumped up to the outside lane, and Matt Langley in the 78, he's looking to go to the front of the field. Langley looking to try to take over this race lead as right there on his back bumper, that is the number... I believe it is the number 975 ride? No, it is that car. Is that Nathan Nixon? Matt Langley's right there. Who is the other car? Is that Ricky Mandela? Nope. The 31. That's why we're not used to seeing Robert McDonald in this 31 machine. We're used to seeing him in the juke joint. The beautiful juke joint ride that we normally see him in the Frets for Pence concert in the 31 machine, sporting a different paint scheme here this afternoon as he tries to help that 78 to the front of the field. He's got that beautiful 26, the Osaka Outdoors ride. Neil Lapan is back there on his back bumper as he gets up into the outside fence there ever so slightly in that 7 ride. Tyler Carnegie, he's right there as well, still trying to race his way up to the front of the field. Now we see a bunch of movement here down the back straightaway and out in front, looking to try to make that move down to the inside. We did see Nathan Nixon go down across that yellow line right there, but we do see a big run down into corner number 3, and Kevin Winker, K-Dub, will drop from that middle groove down to the inside lane right in front of our race leader, and quickly that 12 ride on his back bumper in pushing that 42. Is Kevin Winker going to take this race lead away? The 12 ride of Brandon Eastman for the first time this afternoon. We'll see what he can do as a pusher out there on the speedway. First time he's going to have a truck on his nose, and so far he's been given some good shots, some good pushes to the back end of that 42 of Kevin Winker. But Winker may not have this race lead for long, as we saw that number 40 ride jump to the outside lane, and Nathan Nixon looking for the race lead. He's going to pull up door to door here with Kevin Winker down into corner number 3. Can't quite pull the trigger and clear him and jump down to that inside groove. Is the middle lane the longer way around the racetrack than the inside groove? They tend to give up quite a bit of time, quite a bit of ground down through the middle of those corners, but down the straightaways they seem to carry a bunch of speed and momentum, and you see it right there as Kevin Winker jumps up in front of them. He's going to block that outside groove, and he's going to stay out in front, continue to lead this race. Now he's going to move back down to the inside. He's trying to figure out where these runs are coming from and trying to control these guys, but right now you see a big move down to the inside. That 12 machine of Brandon Eastman almost getting K-Dub turned around right there. He almost gave a bad push down and out of corner number 2. Luckily enough, both drivers able to keep their cars pointed in the right direction, but that's going to give a ton of momentum to the outside lane, and you see that 40 rider Nathan Nixon. He's right there. He's looking for this race lead. He wants it, but now he's going to get no help. They're going to leave him potentially high and dry. No, they leave the 14 of Nathaniel Ostrowitzki high and dry. It looked like the 78 of Matt Langley was going to go with him, but he decided that, you know what, I'm going to stay in the middle groove, and unfortunately slides backwards here for the 14 as he's going to go all the way back, trying to find a hole now somewhere in about that 12th, 13th position on the racetrack. As Gregory Turner, I appreciate that, Gregory, dropping in with that PayPal link. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, Gregory Turner, the owner, the guy with the with the plan here with the HCK Beagles, he is the guy to send that money to. He's got the Discord, the PayPal link right there in the chat over on Facebook. I'm sure he might have put this into the YouTube. No, he doesn't. Let me copy this and put this into YouTube as well, so that way you guys know and have an opportunity to help support, to donate, and to show the love to the Lapan family, as all the proceeds go straight to them. There's no prize money for these drivers. It's nothing but bragging rights and a smile on their face and an opportunity to do a good thing and create some money, some extra money to help the Lapan family out. So if any of you guys are watching, you see it there. I'm going to pin it in the Facebook stream. I'm going to take it over to the YouTube stream as well. I'm going to make sure you guys have an opportunity to find that PayPal link over there as well, and I'm going to pin it there on YouTube as well, so that way you guys can see that. And let's throw it over on Twitch for any of our Twitch viewers as well, so you guys all have an opportunity to help out, do a great thing, whether it's, you know, it could be a couple bucks, it could be $5, $20, whatever it may be, whatever you guys can help donate here this afternoon to the Lapan family will go a long way, and we appreciate each and every one of you for showing your support, not only by watching and tuning in, but helping to support one of the Peacemaker family members here this afternoon, and Jason Lapan and his family. As out in front, we do see K-Dub Kevin Winker still holding down the fort, still out in front, but right there to his outside, it's the 59 ride, the Penn's Oil Machine, that Craftsman truck of John Russo. Russo up and into the top spot here as he battles door to door with K-Dub down the front straightaway. He's getting a big shove from that 12 right as Brandon Eastman looking to try to push him to the front of the field, but now he's going to go up to the high side. Here comes that 31 of Robert McDonald. McDonald down across the line. He will take that race lead away from Kevin Winker. A huge run down the front straightaway as the 12 line, he jumped up to the outside groove. He left that 59 high and dry. It built up a ton of momentum right there for Robert McDonald. He was able to take it to the front of the field and lead that lap, but now it looks like maybe he's going to get shuffled backwards here as he's kind of stuck in the middle. No one going to his back bumper, no one helping out Rob McDonald here this afternoon until we hit that corner. Now we see Langley down to his back bumper, move into that inside groove. Here comes that 7 right of Tyler Carnegie. He's right there as well. John Herbert out there on the racetrack. He's got the 83, Dimitri Curtis. Great to see Dimitri out there on the Speedway as well. That Fretz for pets. The Juke Joint number 83. We love to see it. Beautiful looking paint scheme as well as a concert for the animals. But look out! There's some contact here. It's Dimitri Curtis who's going to get tied up in this one, and potentially a big one here at Talladega Superspeedway. Mayhem here in the Racing for a Cause as a ton of drivers getting tied up. You see Brandon Domingue, he's parked there on the racetrack. You see the 75 of Robert Blair. Heavy damage here for the 59 ride. That is John Russo. We also see the 14. Unfortunately, getting a ton of damage here in this one. Oh, brother, there's a lot of drivers that just got absolutely shredded to pieces down through corner number 1 and 2. Let's take a look back and see what happened here as our first caution flag of the day is going to be displayed. So our first yellow flag here this evening. If you take a look, the 59 ride of John Russo up in that outside groove. He's going to get a little bit bent out of shape right here. They're 3 wide. He's trying to get down into the middle. Ends up making some contact here with Neil Lapidus. So he gets down into the Osaka Outdoors ride. Neil gets into the 83, Dimitri Curtis. Russo up into the outside fence. He's trying to hang on to this thing, and then he's going to get some contact right here. The 14 of Nathaniel Ostrowiecki. He's going to get tied up in it. You see the 83 ride of Dimitri Curtis. So down low, this contact comes into him from the 26 of Neil Lapidus. Him and Lapidus come together here right there. So there's that contact. Down onto the apron goes the 83. Lapidus still with that damage. He slides back down into Dimitri Curtis. Now they're both sliding down through corner number 1. There's the contact to the outside groove. You watch that 14 almost upside down right there. But the 83 back up the racetrack over the nose of Ryan Peterson. The 58 and the 83 come together. You see everyone else just gets stacked up in it this one. As the 18 ride, he's in there. He gets tied up in it. That's Jacob Grew with some pretty good damage. Our early race leader and our pole sitter, Brandon Eastman, he goes around. He gets tied up in it. The 3 ride, the 77 of Brandon Domingue. There's so many drivers that unfortunately just could not avoid this caution flag. There was just so much going on, so much contact, and unfortunately for a lot of these drivers, not a whole lot they could do. You know, that's super speedway racing. Unfortunately, a lot of times you get tied up into other people's messes out there on the speedway, and your cars, trucks, anything can get tore up in a quick hurry. We'll get them stacked up, we'll get them racked up as drivers down pit road. They're getting some service done. They're making sure that their cars are fixed back up. They're getting some tires, getting some fuel, getting everything that they need to try to survive a little bit longer out there on the speedway, and hoping to get the repairs that they need to keep on racing here this afternoon. You still see that right front fender missing off the Osaka Outdoors number 26 of Neil Lapidus. We do see Dimitri Curtis. He's rolling back out there onto the racetrack. Brandon Eastman, he's getting that number 12 ride fixed up. Robert Blair just rolling back out, as we did see Nate Cogdell able to avoid that one. The Carolina collision 00 ride, that Sonic Graphic Designs machine, rolls back out there onto the speedway. Here comes Jacob Grew, Brandon Domingue back out there, as well as we do see Jason Lapan. There is Mr. Lapan out on the racetrack as well. It's amazing that we can get this charity event happening and seeing Jason jump in and have some fun on the afternoon, as well as the Michael's Warrior Project number 20 ride. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all for in the Lapan family, and seeing him out there racing and having some fun with the fellas and having fun with the community here, knowing that, you know, this entire race, the race for a cause, the charity event here is for that Lapan family after a horrible garage and house fire that unfortunately created so much damage and chaos there and just ripped through their family home. So if you guys have anything to donate or anything else, if you guys want to help us out over here with the amazing cause this afternoon, make sure you guys go to that PayPal link. We have it pinned in all the channels, whether it's $1, a couple dollars, $20, or whatever it may be. It all goes right back to Jason Lapan and his family, and helping to rebuild their lives and their family home So make sure you guys hit that donate button, hit that PayPal link, go over there, send what you can, help them out, and do it for a great cause here this afternoon as we'll get ready to keep on racing here as the Sonic Graphic Design Chevrolet, the Winker Nation Muleburger Homes number 42 ride gets ready to go back to green flag racing. Winker blinking a little bit right there as Kyle Phillips. What's good, Kyle? Kyle coming in, hitting that follow button, becoming a brand new member of the Peacemaker family here this afternoon. I appreciate that, Kyle, coming in, dropping that follow, becoming a part of the Peacemaker family here this afternoon is Carol Hainsley. Carol coming in, showing the love as well with that thumbs up on the broadcast. Carol also says, come on, number 24, hammer down, cheering on Andrew Hainsley out there on the Speedway. As Andrew a little deeper in the field, but he was a benefactor right there of that caution flag as him and I do believe it was the other driver. It was Nicholas Snyder that had to start down pit side here. They started down on pit lane. They missed the initial draw to this race, so unfortunately they started down pit road and they had no drafting partners and no drafting help, and if it would have stayed clean and green for probably another 5-10 laps, they would have went down a lap, and it's tough to get those laps back here at Talladega Super Speedway. But right now that Snyder buys racing number 5 ride looking fresh here this afternoon. Now, Nick Snyder, he was our champion last season in the HDK Beagles, and the season just getting started next week. If anyone's interested as well in getting in on the action, wanting to be a part of our weekly Tuesday night series with a lot of these drivers, most of these drivers in our HDK Beagles series, make sure you guys hit me up or let me know in the comment section. I will link the Discord. You guys can get in on the action here with the HCK Beagles as their next series is just about to get underway, and you don't want to be on the outside looking in. If you want to be a part of the show, if you want to be a part of this amazing racing on Tuesday afternoons, jump in, become part of the HCK Beagles family today. As over on YouTube, we see everyone coming in showing the love as Martin Long says, this is good reason. Yeah, definitely a good reason. Can I ask what happened to the family? So just the family unfortunately lost, I want to say it was like 3 cars that I saw photos of that were just burnt to the ground. Their entire garage was taken in a big chunk of their house as well unfortunately went up in flames. Luckily enough, I do believe they weren't home at the time, or they were able to get out. Nobody ended up getting too hurt, as let's not forget that Jay is racing with a broken hand. Yeah, and Mr. Lapan had a broken hand as well. He was messaging me earlier. He told me about the broken hand. I didn't know that this was a thing, but he actually ended up breaking his hand. I don't think it was a part of the fire or a reason for that, but I could be wrong. Don't hold me to it. But we did hear that Jason Lapan ended up cutting off his own cast. Ricky Bobby style, he wasn't going to hold back. He was going to miss out on racing this. Ended up cutting off his own cast from his broken hand so that he could be out here racing with these guys and battling and having fun out here on the Speedway. So, true hero right there, and absolutely true commitment to the cause here this afternoon. And he was going to miss out on this, man. A charity race, a charity event here for him and his family. He wanted to be a part of it every single step of the way, and that meant making sure that he was loaded into sim, broken hand or not. He was going to jump out there and battle with these drivers as we get ready to go back to green flag racing as Kevin Winker, Nathan Nixon 1 and 2 here sharing the front row as we get ready for our first restart is down through the Geico restart zone. K-Dub gets the launch that he was looking for. A big restart right there for Kevin Winker. He's going to jump up into that outside groove, realizes that they're really not connected too well down low, saw that the 40 and the 87 of John Herbert were right there tight together, and Kev jumps up to the outside lane, takes that spot away from him. excuse me there, chat. Sorry. Still dealing with a little bit of the sickness that I had from a couple weeks ago. We're still trying to cover from that. I don't know what it is or why it's hanging around for so long, but that cough is just not going away for some reason, but hopefully it'll be gone soon enough. So I will take some pauses out here every once in a while. As K-Dub, Kevin Winker continues to lead the way. Winker Nation, cheer on your favorite driver as K-Dub out in front leading this field. As Nathan Nixon there in second, it's Ricky Mandela Sr. back there in position number 3 in that 3 right as the Animal House Customs machine rolls there in that 3rd spot. Robert McDonald right there behind him as the U.S. Navy number 31. Right now we normally see Robert in the Friends for Pets, the juke joint paint scheme, but here this afternoon he's in that U.S. Navy number 31 ride, and it's a beautiful paint scheme out there on the Speedway. He's got the Ridge Power Sports KR Gutters number 87 ride of John Herbert right there behind him. Herbert rounding out our top 5 on the racetrack with Mike Benton. Benton back there in position number 6 on the Speedway. The 975 ride, the Miller Genuine Draft Mobile 1 machine rolls there in that 6th position with another Ridge Power Sports ride back here in position number 7. John Russo in that Pins Oil 59 ride rolls there in the 8th position with Matt Langley in the 78 right there behind him in 9th. Rounding out our top 10 in the Carolina Collision 00 ride, the beautiful Sonic Graphic Designs machine of Nate Cogdell rounding out our top 10. And then we see the BC Racing RC Paints number 7 ride. It's actually 171 is what's underneath this paint scheme. So the 171 machine of Tyler Carnegie rolls there in 11th. He's got Neil Lampetus to his outside in position number 12. Here comes Brandon Domingue. Mark Beverly in the other 3 machine, in the serve machine out there on the Speedway. And then we see Brandon Eastman, our pole sitter, back there in 15th. That's Chris Gilbert there in 16th. One of Jason Lapan's teammates out there on the Speedway, the other beautiful Michael's Warrior Project number 18 ride, rolls there in 17th. He's got Neil Lapidus right there to his back bumper as they're trying to stay hooked together, trying to work themselves potentially to the front of the field, as we do see Neil moving around a little bit out there on the Speedway, as he did just see Nathaniel Ostrowiecki and that 5 rider Nicholas Snyder roll right on around them in that outside groove, pulling up to the back bumper of that 12 machine. As Dimitri Curtis back here in position number 21, as now Jason Lapan rounding out our top 20 on the racetrack in that 20 ride. Curtis right there behind him with Robert Blair there in 22nd. Another one of those Ridge Power Sports HCK Beagles KR Gutters rides of Jeremy Lucy back there in 23rd. He's got the Remember Our Veterans 19 ride of Edward Koshersberger back there in 24th. As we do see a couple drivers moving around right here, a couple drivers sliding around out there on the Speedway. We see Andrew Hainsley back in 24th in that 24 ride. Ricky Mandela Sr. going to run into problems here. He's parked down on the apron here on the back straightaway is Ryan Peterson. He's by himself here. No drafting help, but unfortunately for Ryan, you see that race leader right there behind him. Peterson about to potentially go a lap down. He's going to see that race leader down low just roll right on around him. The draft to no draft, and you can see that speed difference as they blow his doors off and stroll right on around him. He's going to look to try to find a hole and jump inside of it and try to find that draft and hang with this crowd here. Unfortunately, sliding backwards in a quick hurry is Sammy Davis, unfortunately off the racetrack, the 54 right. I'm not sure what happened to Sammy, but he has lost connection. We do see Ricky Mandela Sr. coming down pit road. A tough break right here is the butt kicker. Animal House Customs number 3 ride heads down pit side. He's got a heavy front end damage. His contact down and out of corner number 2 and down the back straightaway sent him down to the infield. So let's take a look back. So a big shove coming from the 31 rider Robert McDonald. Unfortunately, just going to give him a shove right here. Wrong spot. He's trying to get around the 3 right. I'm not sure if He ends up getting into the 3, or the 3 comes down into him. Unfortunately, it kind of just hooks that 3 machine. Look at this truck. Oh, baby, it almost goes airborne right there. Almost launches, just like Ryan Preece at Daytona International Speedway. Luckily enough, that truck stays on all 4 tires, but he slides down the racetrack, still hopping and jumping and skipping down through the apron in hard contact into that inside fence. You can see that truck get shortened up a few inches right there. Heavy front end damage. There's going to be a lot of, mechanical issues that are going to go wrong. That radiator, all the front end suspension, and potentially that motor getting fried in a quick hurry as a couple big hits into that inside wall. Let's play this back and see this one in full speed. Take another look back at what happened here between these two cats out there on the speedway as the 3 machine unfortunately going to run into some problems right here. There's that contact. Unfortunate break. Kevin Winker also going to get some damage into that. Look at that 3 ride. Nothing he can do. Trying to hold on to that brake pedal. Trying to keep that truck out of the fence. Unfortunately, could not stop it here this afternoon. And he had to go down pit side. Now finds himself also a lap down out there on the speedway. Ryan Peterson, he sits back in 25th. Now he is in that free pass spot here. If we see another caution flag, the 469 ride could potentially get that free pass. The lucky dog and back on to the lead lap here this afternoon. Gonna need a couple caution flags right now for that 3 rider, Ricky Mandela Sr., to be able to get that lap back and back into contention here this afternoon. As out in front, K-Dub, Kevin Winker continuing to lead the way as Shauna says hashtag Winker Nation up in the chat, cheered on K-Dub and the Winker Nation here this afternoon. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let us know in the comment section right now who you're cheering for, who you want to see up in victory lane here this afternoon. Who do you want to see get it done? I got my pick. I know I want to see Jason Lapan win this race as well. I think everyone on the final lap should just pull over and let that number 20 ride by. Let him pick up the dub. We might better just give it to him. Why not? I mean, I know he doesn't want it that way. I know he wants to race his way into victory lane. But, man, I think it would be so fitting and such a storybook ending to this race if we could put that 20 rider Jason Lapan up and into victory lane, or at least up here into the broadcast booth and give him an opportunity to celebrate a solid top 3 run this afternoon. As out in front, K-Dub, Kevin Winker continuing to lead the way. K-Dub out in front, showing these drivers that he's the truck to beat here this afternoon. He's the one that everyone wants to try to get by, wants to try to put themselves in to that spot right now. As everyone sitting here following that 42 ride, I know that 40 machine of Nathan Nixon, he may be getting tired of it. He's been reading that back bumper for quite a few laps. He sees that the Winker Nation sticker is right there in front of his face, and a lot of these cats, they've been trying to race their way back up here, including our pole sitter, that 12 ride, a Brandon Eastman. After getting shuffled backwards throughout that first run, and then all of a sudden getting tied up in that big wreck down through quarter 1 and 2. He was able to get that PPG number 12 ride fixed back up, back out there onto the racetrack, and here he is back up inside the top 5. Rolls there in that 4th position, but gets a little loose right there, washes up the racetrack, unfortunately gives up that middle groove. He's going to slide back a couple more spots here on the racetrack. Is no push and help to his back bumper. There goes the 77 down low. He's going to get by him right there as well, and you see all these trucks shuffling around, man. The tires, the wind, the speed, everything here at Talladega Super Speedway. One wrong bumper, just moving around the racetrack a little bit too much. We saw that happen and cause that first caution flag. It can happen in a quick hurry, and it could take out a lot of very good trucks in a quick hurry, as a lot of those cats have used their quick repairs and everything else to be able to get back out there on the racetrack and continue on racing here this afternoon. Unfortunately, they don't want to get tied up in another one, as they may be down pit side for an extended period of time, trying to get their trucks back into one piece and back out onto the racetrack. As K-Dub, Kevin Winker, leading the way here in this one. K-Dub doing such a great job here, just controlling this race. We see Robert McDonald. Rob has been trying everything he can, hoping to get a good shove, trying to find some dancing partners for his back bumper. They'll push him out in front. He just hasn't quite got the run. He's gotten up door to door with that 42, but just not quite enough to make that pass, drop down low, and take that groove away from Kevin Winker here this afternoon. But he's got Neil Lapidus right on his back bumper, trying to push him to the front of the field here in this one. Is Ryan Carnegie. Ryan says, go Tyler Carnegie. If you ain't first, you're last. You ain't first, you're last. That is true. You know, that is a pure Reese Bobby quote right there from Talladega Nights. We love that one, man. The Reese Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. He may have been high on peyote when he said it, but nonetheless, it has stuck with us for our entire lives since that line got dropped. Every race fan, every driver has always came back to that. If you ain't first, you're last. So we love it here at Talladega Super Speedway. Is out in front. Kevin Winker continue to hold down the 4 here, but you start to see that third group trying to get built here. The 12 right of Brandon Eastman trying to help the 77 of Brandon Deming get to the front of the field, as it's Brandon squared up on the outside lane here at Talladega Super Speedway. That 2-car pack, unfortunately, just not going to be able to hold on too much, but you start to see this field get a little separated down the front straightaway. They may be able to hang on right here. If they can side draft off this 78 and the 26, maybe they can stay right there door to door with our top 6 down on the inside and middle group here this afternoon, as they continue to battle here, trying to race their way to the front of the field. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you guys do us a favor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as these drivers put on a show for us here this afternoon. Now they're running into the 3 ride right there. Unfortunately for that number 3 machine, he is going to go another lap down, and for Ricky Mandela Sr., it's going to go 2 laps down out there on the racetracks. We do see some green flag pit stops here. John Russo down pit side in the number 59. Ryan Jeremy Lucy also down on pit road. We did see Ryan Peterson make his way down pit side. So some green flag pit stops starting to come here on the afternoon. Now, a lot of drivers, pretty much everybody did come down pit side around lap 14, lap 15. But here on lap 30, 31, some strategy calls being made out of the Ridge Power Sports KR Gutters rides of Jeremy Lucy, Ryan Peterson, and that 59 of John Russo. Unfortunately for Russo, he is now by himself. No drafting help, no one there with him, as we do see Jeremy Lucy and that 469 ride. They're hooked up together, nose to tail. They can survive out there a little bit longer, but unfortunately, for the 469 rider, Ryan Peterson, he is still trapped a lap down out there on the racetrack, and our race leaders aren't too far away from him here. They can close up on those 2 cats in a quick hurry, and unfortunately put that number 469 on Ryan Peterson multiple laps down, and could potentially put Jeremy Lucy a lap down as well here this afternoon. There you go. You see him in the background coming into the picture frame right there. They are less than half a straightaway away from putting these 2 a lap and multiple laps down here this afternoon. As the outside lane, once again, that 2-car tandem. The 77 of Brandon Deming getting shoved by that 12 ride of Brandon Eastman, as the Brandon squared up on the outside groove. Just about took that race lead as Scott Spees. What's good, Mr. Spees? Scotty coming in, showing the love with that like on the stream. As here we go. More green flag pit stops here on the afternoon. Our race leader, Kevin Winker, one of the cats, down pit side. Him and Nathan Nixon, Nate Cogdell, Mark Beverly, Mike Benton, and Dimitri Curtis all going to come down pit side here together. Hopefully they can all come into pit lane together and come out of pit lane together, as that's how you really start to separate yourself from the rest of the field. If you can get down pit road. Nice and easy, no mistakes. Come out tight together and be able to keep on drafting and working out there on the speedway. You could potentially keep yourself, out of trouble out in front, potentially, putting on a show and running away with this race, especially if it stays clean and green. As you do see Dimitri, he gets back onto the throttle. There comes the 975 ride. He gets back out there onto the racetrack. Unfortunately, they are quite a bit of a gap away here from these other drivers. You do see K-Dub. He was one of the first to come back out onto the racetrack here. Nathan Nixon, Mark Beverly right there with them. A little bit of a gap back to that 00 of Nate Cogdell, and slowly but surely coming in behind him here. You do see that 469 and the 76. They would definitely love to join that 3 or 4 car pack right there, trying to stay tight together, as we do see pretty much a bunch of other drivers, another handful here or two come down pit side. That's Nathaniel Ostrowski. He's down on pit lane. The Lapidus, Tyler Carnegie, Nicholas Snyder, the 31, Robert McDonald. Here comes Andrew Hainsley, Matt Langley, Chris Gilbert, all down pit side as well. Unfortunately for the number 14 ride, we did see mistakes there for Nathaniel Ostrowski, as the 14 pulled in a little too close to his pit wall. They couldn't fuel that truck. He had to back it up a couple times, try to get in at a different angle so that way they could properly fuel that truck, and he's yet to come back out onto the racetrack here, and unfortunately that's going to probably put him a couple laps down, as we do see Nate Cogdell also making a second pit stop here, as we see the next slew of drivers, and unfortunately the 18 ride. Oh no, Jacob Grube turned the wrong way here on pit road. That's a heartbreaker for the Michael Warrior Project number 18 machine. He's trying to get this thing pointed back in the right direction. Let's take a look and see what happened here, as he's trying to get into his pit box. Maybe a little contact right here between him and the 87 of John Herbert down pit road, as he's going to come down, unfortunately, right over the nose of Mr. Herbert, and I'm just going to get him down into the pit wall. He gets spun around, unfortunately pointed in the wrong direction. He's still in his pit box. Unfortunately, it's not like real NASCAR, and they cannot, unfortunately, work on that race car, and they're not going to get fuel into it. He also gets more contact there with the 87. So those mistakes down pit road, they can really hurt you. They can put you out of this race and out of an opportunity to win this race in a quick hurry, as Robert Blair, our race leader out there on the speedway, had a great pit stop. But now you do see Kevin Winker, Nathan Nixon, that 3 machine of Mark Beverly able to get right on around him. This 3-car pack out in front and pulling away from that 75. Blair trying to catch their draft, trying to jump into their battle here and try to join them at the front of the field. But quickly, he's losing that draft and falling farther and farther away from them. And is a little farther back, about 3 seconds outside of our race leader, Kevin Winker. We do see Jeremy Lucy in the 469 ride of Ryan Peterson. Right there behind them, their teammate in the Ridge Power Sports, number 13, is Kyle Van Dassel. Then we see Robert McDonald, Tyler Carnegie, the 77 of Brandon Ming, Nicholas Snyder there in that 5 ride. Rounding out our top 10 as Jason Lapan back in 11th, as John Herbert right there with them. The 19 of Edward Koshersberger, and then a huge gap back. 8.5 seconds here between our 13th place driver and our 14th place driver, the 45 of Chris Gilbert. He's got Brandon Eastman there with him, and the 26 in the Lapidus. Matt Langley's back there, the 24 of Andrew Hainsley, the other 3 machine, a Ricky Mandela Sr. there as well. Then we see another gap, another 8 seconds back to this 975 ride of Mike Benton and the 83 of Dimitri Curtis. 4 seconds behind them, we see the 18 ride of Jacob Grube, who had that issue in the mistake down on pit road, going around and getting pointed in the wrong direction. He's back here in 21st. Right there on his back bumper is that 00 and Nate Cogdell. Cogdell now down a lap after having to make a secondary pit stop there during that cycle. And unfortunately, the Metalheads, Carolina Collisions, Sonic Graphic Designs 00 ride back in the 26th position right now. And he's not the only driver that's a lap down out there. As the 59 of John Russo still on the lead lap. But Ryan Peterson, he is scored as our first car 1 lap down. Nathaniel Ostrowiecki now also a lap down with his mistake down on pit road. Ricky Mandela Sr. down a lap or multiple laps out there on the racetrack. Same with Nate Cogdell, and unfortunately Sammy Davis off the speedway. Sammy Davis not out there anymore on the racetrack from early on in this race. Unfortunately lost connection and unfortunately bailed out, and he's no longer out there. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you guys really noticed or not, but let's give you guys a quick look here. The long hair, ladies and gentlemen, our long locks. I couldn't handle it anymore. I had to cut it off, and we decided that we were going to shave it last night, and it took me about 45 minutes to knock her down, to trim her down, and get rid of that long hair. So we buzzed it right off last night. No longer having my long, luscious locks here on the stream, and trust me, it's way colder. It feels way different having this long hair. All right, we're going to see, I believe we're going to see a caution flag. Yes, our second caution flag of the day is going to fly. So the caution flag coming back out this time. Looks like a couple of Ridge Power Sports teammates getting tied together here. One of those being that 469 ride, Ryan Peterson. Peterson's night going from bad to worse here as down the back straightaway. Get a little contact here. Let's see if we get another angle at this one. So he's getting shoved from Robert McDonald here. Unfortunately, Rob's just going to get into him. We saw this with the 3 ride. This unfortunately moving around kind of on that back bumper. He's going to make the contact, and now he's going to hook that 469 ride around. And around goes Ryan Peterson. He washes up the racetrack. Heavy contact into his teammate in that 87 as John Herbert's truck almost going airborne there as well down on the apron. And we also saw the 14 of Nathaniel Ostrowiecki get some pretty heavy damage there into the outside fence. But watch both these Ridge Power Sports rides, basically the exact same spot. They follow each other right on in to that inside wall here at Talladega Super Speedway, and a ton of damage there for Ryan Peterson. A ton of damage for that number 87 of John Herbert. Is Herbert actually going to wash from the bottom groove all the way from the inside wall? He's going to bounce all the way back up here and make contact with the outside fence as well. So he's going to get damage on both ends of this race car and both ends of this racetrack as bam, up into the outside wall as well, and heavy damage there for both John Herbert and number 469 Ryan Peterson. Luckily enough, he was able to get onto the binders there and avoid collecting any of those other drivers that were flying on through right there. Let's take another look back and see the damage and what happened here to the 14 ride as well as Nathaniel Ostrowiecki. He's going to get some pretty heavy contact here as well. The initial contact right there is the 469 washes up the racetrack, but then he's going to bounce it off the outside fence there as well. And the KTM Silverado getting some pretty significant damage. Luckily enough, he was able to keep it pointing in the right direction, keeps on rolling, but still some pretty good contact there for that 14, and he's going to take his truck down pit side. He's going to try to get it repaired, and everybody is going to get ready to go back to green flag racing. And this is going to make the field once again locked right back together. Everybody's going to be right there on top of each other. Everyone's going to be ready to roll, and we do see some different pit strategies right there. We didn't see Kevin Winker, Nathan Nixon, Mark Beverly, or Dimitri Curtis come down pit side, but we saw pretty much everybody else back here behind them make their way down pit road. Some still on pit lane here, making sure that their trucks are absolutely filled with fuel and getting ready to go back to green flag racing as Ricky Mandela Sr. does get that free pass. He gets the lucky dog. He's back onto the lead lap. Chris Gilbert down pit side. Jacob Group, he's down there. All these drivers trying to get their cars ready to rock and roll and ready to try to make a run and use that strategy to potentially put themselves into a winning position here this evening. Is Carol Hainsley once again coming in, showing the love there for Andrew Hainsley. Says, come on, Andrew, you can do it. Number 24, cheering on Andrew Hainsley out there on the speedways. Andrew currently sits back in the 19th position. He was just down pit road making sure that the Ricky Bobby inspired 24 ride is ready to rumble here for this closing laps this afternoon, as we are well over halfway in and halfway to go here this afternoon. These drivers been clicking off these laps in a quick hurry, as Ryan Peterson says, ouch! Ouch, he says. Yeah, that one hurt right there, brother. That one hurt. Unfortunately, that was some pretty heavy contact. That was some serious damage there for Ryan Peterson, for the 87 of John Herbert, and both those drivers definitely felt that one. That one stung quite a bit as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. And when we do, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to jump into a Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up. So what I want you guys to do here on the restart is to crank up that volume. Cheer on your favorite drivers and get ready to crank up that volume and cheer them on here this afternoon, as we're going to get the sights and sounds here of Talladega Super Speedways. My boy AJ Knoll, what's good, AJ? AJ coming in, drop that like on the stream. What's good, mister? How are you? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful Tuesday afternoon as we get ready to party here once again with another restart here in the Race for a Cause. The Race for a Cause here, the Jason Lapan charity event this afternoon. It is just an amazing race, an amazing group of guys, as this amazing event is put on to support one of our own who lost his car's garage and a lot of damage to his house in a fire about a week ago, I do believe. And man, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing to see all these drivers, the community, come together and help support Jason Lapan and his family after such a horrific incident that really set them back and really hurt that family. Watching their family home, have that much damage and smoke and losing their vehicles, losing their livelihoods, unfortunately going up in flames there. So we love to see that the community came together here to help support Jason and his family. Excuse me there, chat. Sorry, I'm still getting over this cold that I had from last week, and it's still lingering around, and I don't know what the heck is going on. I want it gone. It's my boy Michael Dickinson, Papa Mike, coming in, showing the love with that heart reaction. What's good, Papa Mike? Papa Mike showing the love here this afternoon. How are you, Papa Mike? Coming in, showing the love here in this one. Lisa McDonald coming in as well, cheering on Rob McDonald here this evening. Says, go Robert McDonald, number 31, cheering on that Rob McDonald here this evening, as there's a lot of the Juke Joint fans, a lot of the Friends for Pets fans in the chat, usually watching, cheering on Mr. McDonald out there, but now also being able to cheer on the number 83 machine of Dimitri Curtis. Is Curtis right up there as well, as we are back to green flag racing, and we'll jump in to our Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up. So crank up that volume, cheer on your favorite drivers as we crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. Caution flag out there on the racetrack. We were riding on board. You got to see that rear end look at it as the 31 ride of Robert McDonald goes for a couple loop-de-loops. Some pretty heavy damage there on that 31 machine as the caution flag will come out for the third time here this evening, as we'll take a look back and see how this one gets started, as unfortunately this number, man, the unfortunate break here for the number 31 of Robert McDonald. Just not a whole lot of room for him right here. And looks like potential contact right there. Maybe a little neck code off the front bumper of Nate Cogdell. And unfortunately, he's just going to go around here. Nowhere to go for Cogdell. He's trying to get checked up. Everyone's trying to avoid him as everyone slides through there. The 31 hard up into the outside fence. Backs it into the corner of 3 and 4 wall here at Talladega Super Speedway. The truck up onto two wheels there for a split second. Luckily enough, it stays on all four and keeps on rolling there. Does not go over with that heavy contact, the heavy damage. You see everyone else just scattering, trying to avoid it, trying to keep themselves out of trouble. You see the 24 ride of Andrew Ainsley, the 19. They're way down on the apron. As let's take another look at it. There's the contact. Around goes the 31 up into the fence, and then watch everyone else just trying to get through there, trying to avoid getting tore up here at the Speedway. Good piece of driving there by the field, able to avoid any additional contact and creating more chaos here at Talladega Super Speedway, as we'll get these drivers down pit side. Looks like the entire field headed down pit road. The 14 ride, he is going to get the lucky dog, the free pass right there. So a lucky break there for Nathaniel Ostrowiecki, trying to get himself back onto the lead lap here this evening. And same with Nate Cogdell, also trying to get back onto the lead lap as the 26, Neil Lapidus. We see our pole sitter, that number 12 rider, Brandon Eastman, also down pit side, but out of pit lane. The first driver out in our new race leader, it is the 77 ride of Brandon Deming. Deming will restart out in front with K-Dub Kevin Winker back in second, and the 3 machine of Ricky Mandela, we saw not too long ago, going a lap down, actually going a couple laps down out there on the racetrack. And this 3 machine has worked his way back onto the lead lap and now back up inside the top 3. That just shows you to never give up, to never count yourself out of it here at Talladega Super Speedway. And this 3 truck right back in to the action here this afternoon. Is Nathan Nixon back there in 4th, Mark Beverly back there in 5th, Chris Gilbert, Neil Lapidus, John Herbert, Matt Langley, and Kyle Van Tassel are top 10. And so we're going to see if we can pull Jason Lapan himself up here into the broadcast booth. Jason's in the Discord right now, so let's see if we can get him up here. Get a little in-race interview here with the man himself, Jason Lapan. Let's see if we can jump in there and find him here. Where is he hiding at here? Where is he at? Where's he hanging out right now? I'm trying to find him, chat. I'm trying to find him. Okay, there we go. I think we got him. Ladies and gentlemen. Here you go. Jason Lapan, the man here this afternoon that everybody is here for. Mr. Jason Lapan and the Lapan family. This entire event is for them. So let's pull Jason up here into the broadcast booth during this caution flag. Let's get the crank it up down to a close and see if we can pull him up here into the booth. Hey Jason, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Aaron.
Jason, man, an amazing event, an absolutely special time out there on the Speedway for you. And seeing you out there, I mean, obviously we talked earlier about it, and knowing that, you know, you got that broken hand, you cut that cast off, and you're racing here, showing, you know, yourself the love and support, and making sure that you're, you know, along for the ride the entire, you know, every step of the way here for this event, man. Take us, you know, what's going through your mind right now as you roll out there on the racetrack, knowing that all these amazing drivers came together here for you and your family.
Well, Aaron, my hand hurts, but I still got a fast repair left in the bank, so I'm gonna really try here and try to work my way up front now. So I think it's time to go.
Yeah, definitely getting to that point here. The laps are counting down in a quick hurry. We can't wait to see that HCK Beagles Michael's Warrior Project truck back up at the front of the field. As, man, it's great to see you guys back in action. Great to see you guys back out there on the racetrack. Obviously, not for the most amazing circumstances, but to see the community come together here and to support you is absolutely beautiful. And I can't say enough about all these drivers coming together in support here this afternoon.
Yeah, I can't express how much I appreciate it. Definitely a tough time for my family, but I'm very thankful for the whole community and all the admins of this league. Ryan Peterson knew about the fire before my own mother, so I don't know how he found out, but someone must have messaged him and word got out quick, and they were one of the first people to reach out to me, and they've been a huge support the whole way since it happened, and I just really appreciate it, and I appreciate you for coming out and broadcasting. But it's time to go win this thing now.
Absolutely, brother. Jason, good luck out there. Have some fun, brother, and hopefully we'll get you back up here in the broadcast booth by the end of the night.
I can't wait.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. You heard it right there from Mr. Lapan himself as he's getting ready to try to race his way to the front of the field, looking for the checkered flag here this evening. We talked about it earlier. He was my pick. It's a storybook ending potentially here this afternoon. And it would be absolutely amazing to see Jason jump up here and put that 20 ride in victory lane. But it's going to be tough. There is a lot of fast cats. There's a lot of these super speedway ringers. A lot of these guys that somehow or another always end up towards the front of the field. They're in the right place at the right time, making the right moves. And you see one at the front of the field right now. Him and his teammate Nathan Nixon, again, nose to tail out there on the racetrack. You see Mark Beverly right there with them in that 3 machine as he rolls in that 3rd spot. And on that restart, quickly working themselves out in front of the 77 of Brandon Domingue. Not able to hang on to that race lead for very long, as here comes that 45 as well. Chris Gilbert finally making his way to the front of the field as he's got the 87 of John Herbert right there on his back bumper. Luckily enough for Mr. Herbert, he had that quick repair after getting into the inside fence not too long ago. Able to get that truck back into one piece, didn't go a lap down, and he is still right here in this thing. And there you see, just a little bit farther back behind Nicholas Snyder. Snyder rolls in position number 6. See that 20 ride. Jason Lapan making his way finally inside the top 10. He's trying to race his way to the front of the field. Neil Lapidus going to try to line up here behind him as well, trying to get that outside groove moving a little quicker here as they try to battle door to door with Kevin Winker. But Winker in that 40 ride just working perfectly together. Some great pushes, some great shoves here around the racetrack. But there you go, through the tri-oval. John Herbert going to push that 45 ride. Chris Gilbert to the front of the field. Now we see Gilbert. He's going to jump down low. He's going to take that inside lane away from K-Dub. K-Dub now going to have to try to find another way around this 45 ride. He can't go down below that yellow line, so he's going to have to try to find a groove, try to find a lane, or see if there's a way that he can try to navigate this 45 ride up the racetrack and away from him. But now he's going to see the 87 ride going to make that move. He's going to cut down the racetrack and now in front of this 42 as well. This is probably the farthest back we've seen Kevin Winker here pretty much all afternoon. And now you see that outside lane. It's Nick Snyder, last season's HCK Beagles Truck Series champion here on Peacemaker Gaming. He was able to get that championship after having a miraculous Michael's Warrior Project Truck Series championship run. And here he is right back in this next race with these drivers, ready to try to pick up a big win here. But the guy behind him, man that we just talked to, Jason Lapan, he said it was time to go, and here you go. He's right there, second in line in that outside lane, trying to get his Michael's Warrior Project number 20 right to the front of the field as he sticks right on the back bumper of last season's champion. Neil Lapan is right there with him. The other 3 machiner, Ricky Mandela Sr., he's back there in position at number 9 as of right now, and you can see the rest of the field starting to close in, starting to make this more and more of an interesting race with a little bit of contact right there. Look out as some contact between Robert McDonald and the 75er Robert Blair. Blair gets shoved up the racetrack right there. Luckily, it doesn't look like too much damage for either driver. They'll keep on rolling here. Keep themselves pointed in the right direction, and no caution flags out there on the speedway as we inch closer and closer to our checkered flag. And look who's back out in front, making the moves, getting the runs, has left his teammate in that 40 wide down on the inside groove as he was able to jump up in front of that 5 machine of Nicholas Snyder. Snyder now back in position number 2, now sliding back to 3rd as K-Dub leaves him high and dry, jumps down to the inside lane, and he's going to leave that inside groove right there where they were, and going to take back over this race lead. And it didn't take long once again for this 42 to find his way to the front of the field, and now you see him blocking the lanes, making some moves right here, but he's going to get a little contact down onto the apron. Look out, more contact back here behind him. They're wrecking the big one here at Talladega Super Speedway. The entire field virtually collected here down through quarter 1 and 2. Our second big one right there on quarter entry at quarter number 1, and a ton of tore up race cars here. There's body panels 200-300 feet in the sky, finally falling back down, but bouncing here as a ton of tore up race trucks make their way out of quarter number 2. Let's take a look back and see how this one gets underway, man. There was some contact at the front of the field. K-Dub, Kevin Winker, trying to throw that block here. He's trying to control this race. You see him down on the inside lane. He's going to move up, trying to block that run from the 5 ride of Nicholas Snyder. He's just trying to keep these drivers back there at bay. Unfortunately here, as he moves up, Nick Snyder getting a big run here, quickly gets into his back bumper. K-Dub moves down the racetrack, still thinking that he was clear of the 87 ride, and he just wasn't that clear of the 87, just barely getting a piece of his front bumper. It spins the 42 down on the apron, the 87 also down onto the apron, John Herbert, and then gets back up the track into the 45 of Gilbert there, and unfortunately Gilbert up the track into Neil Lapidus, and look at Lapidus up and onto the fence here, riding on top of the pile. Everyone else just getting drove in there. The 45 upside down, the 3 ride up into the air there, as well as the 26 riding the fence like Tony Hawk here. He's riding the rim of Talladega Super Speedway, and so many drivers just got absolutely tore up and destroyed. You see the 469, the 31, the 77 ride collected in this one. Here comes the 14 into it, the 7 of Carnegie in there as well, the 59 ride. So many drivers just getting absolutely destroyed here down through quarter 1 and 2. And the worst of it, that 45 ride of Gilbert, the number 26 of Neil Lapidus. These drivers got absolutely destroyed up there on the outside fence, and one driver that kind of got through there with not a whole lot of contact. Watch this 42. He's going to make that contact right there. He does get quite a bit of damage, but not a super ton like some of these other drivers. Luckily enough for K-Dub, he did have that quick repair. He's able to get that car repaired, but look at all the body panels, the carnage, the cars that are parked down here on the infield. Everyone trying to get themselves pointed back in the right direction, as that is the chaos, that is the mayhem that we see here at Talladega Super Speedway. There was only a handful of drivers that made it through that. That's Nicholas Snyder out in front, Jason Lapan right there with them. Pretty much everybody else outside the top 2 just got absolutely destroyed here in this one, ladies and gentlemen. As drivers down pit side trying to get their cars repaired. Everyone now trying to figure out what to do here late in this race. They're trying to navigate their way back out there onto the racetrack to keep themselves still in contention here this evening. As out in front, it is Nicholas Snyder as our race leader. Jason Lapan, he talked about getting up here, going to the front of the field, and trying to win this race in that 20 ride. Now up into position number 2. Nathaniel Ostrowiecki sits there in 3rd with Dimitri Curtis back in 4th for the Prince for Pets. The Juke joint number 83 ride back there in the 4th position with Edward Koshersberger back there in that 5th position. Mark Beverly, Robert Blair, Neil Lapidus, who we just saw Tony Hawk impression up there riding the rim here at Talladega. The Osaka Outdoors number 26 ride still rolling there in the 9th position as Tyler Carnegie in the BC Racing 171 right back in the 8th position. Matt Langley in the 78, he's going to round out our top 10 with Kyle Van Tassel. Chris Gilbert, who we saw just upside down, there in position number 12. We see Brandon Eastman, Nate Cogdell, Nathan Nixon back there in the 15th position. Andrew Ainsley there in 16th. K-Dub Kevin Winker back there in 17th with Robert McDonald in that 18th spot. Rolling back out onto the racetrack, the number 59 of John Russo. He's down pit side, extended period of time there. Same with this number 3 ride of Ricky Mandela. We also see the 87 of John Herbert. He's down pit road. Brandon Deming down pit side, getting repairs done to the 77 as the 975 ride does find himself a couple laps down now out there on the Speedway. Mike Benton rolls back in 23rd with Jeremy Lucy there in 24th. Jacob Krug down pit side back in 25th. Ryan Peterson with a ton of damage here on that 469 ride. He's down pit side there in 26 with Sammy Davis and Gregory Turner bringing up the rear of the field here this afternoon. As we'll get them stacked up, we'll get them racked up, we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing here in this one as Lisa McDonald coming in showing the love with the heart reaction. How are you, Lisa? Lisa coming in showing the love here with that heart reaction. Austin Steffes Foster also coming in with that thumbs up here this afternoon. Matthew Moore, what's good, Matthew? Matthew coming in, smashing that like button on the stream. And Kara Billy DeBoer, Mr. DeBoer coming in showing the love, dropping that thumbs up here on the broadcast as well. I appreciate that, brother, showing the love here this afternoon as we get ready to rumble here once again. Late in this race, it's going to get crazy, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to get absolutely wild. What's good, Russell? My boy, Russell Martin coming in. Russ, I just saw that. My boy says, who's this guy? Peacemaker Gaming? Never heard of her. Laugh out loud, brother. Been a minute. How you been, man? I've been doing great, Bud Crack Motorsports. My boy, Russell, I appreciate you coming in, showing the love, man. That's absolutely amazing, and I'm always doing amazing. I was sick there for a little bit. We've gotten better. It's starting to get out of us, but man, that was it's a tough one. The cough is still there every once in a while, and I absolutely hate it. K-Dub says, welp, I ran out of talent. Oh well, got my fast repair. Let's go again. He's ready to roll here again this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, we may see that 42 ride of Kevin Winker go from 17th back to the front of the field here. Him and his teammate Nathan Nixon right there together. They're going to try to race their way back up to the front, but it's Nicholas Snyder, last season's champion here in the Michaels Warrior Project HCK Eagles Truck Series. And here he is looking to try to back it up with a big win this afternoon in the Race for a Cause, the Jason Lapan charity event. You do see Lapan right there in position number 3. Early on, he loses that spot to the 14 ride, but you see them shuffling around. The 5 ride of Snyder jumps from the bottom groove up to the high side groove. Now they're getting broken up a little bit more. Now they're 3 wide down through corner number 3. As the laps have been clicking down in a quick hurry. Unfortunately, the 20 ride, not a whole lot of help back there to his rear bumper as Lapan trying to work his way back to the front of the field. You do see that 5 ride of Snyder. He's trying to do exactly what Kevin Winker was doing before that caution flag, and the cause of that caution flag, he's trying to control this race. Unfortunately, could not get back up. They'll throw the block on the 26, and now going almost 3 wide here at the front of the field. He's going to be stuck in line back there in the inside groove and trying to hold on to this race lead and see if he can race his way. But here you go at a corner number 2. He does slide up. He's able to clear that 26, take that run from the middle lane. And we're trying to keep these drivers back there at bays. Now they're going to split the inside lane, and unfortunately for Nathaniel Ostrowiecki, he gets shoved 4 wide here as they're 4 wide down through corner number 3 and 4. It's not going to work. Look out. Nate Cogdell upside down here in corner number 3. Nathaniel Ostrowiecki, the 83 ride of Dimitri Curtis, they get tied together 4 wide down into corner number 3. It just wasn't going to work, and they run out of room. room in a quick hurry. And unfortunately, Nate Cogdale ends up on his lid sliding backwards there on the outside of quarter number 3 and 4. Let's take a look back here. We do see Robert Blair there in the 75 ride. He's going to get a piece of this as well as 4 wide. Down through 3 and 4. They just get tied together. They run out of room. Unfortunately, watch all these trucks wash up the racetrack. All that speed, all that momentum right into that 0-0 ride and putting Nate Cogdale upside down is heavy damage there for Dimitri Curtis. The 975, the 13 ride of Kyle Van Tassel, Nathaniel Ostrowiecki, even Robert Blair getting a ton of damage right there. And for these drivers, they may have already used up their quick repairs. And unfortunately, they may be down pit side for an extended period of time. Let's see if we can play this back here and get another look at it as the 0-0 of Nate Cogdale going for a wild ride here in corner 1 and 2, or 3 and 4. Woo, baby! Oh man, that's a heavy hit right there. That one's gotta hurt the 0-0 ride. A lot of these drivers getting some serious damage. You watch him just on the lid, skidding down the racetrack here for, I don't even know how long, 300-400 meters, something crazy like that. Let's see if we can jump on board here with Nate Cogdale and see what he can see here from the cockpit. He doesn't know what's happening down low. He doesn't even know that they're 4 wide, and all of a sudden, he just gets absolutely destroyed. No fault of his own, nothing he could do. He's just on for the ride here, and unfortunately, this is a sight you never want to see as a race car driver, and that is staring down at the ground, knowing that you're upside down. You got no control, but luckily enough, the car doesn't continue to flip or anything else, and hopefully he's A-okay, and hopefully gets back out there onto the racetrack here for the end of this race. As things are going to get absolutely crazy here again. Things are going to get wild out there on the racetrack, knowing that the laps are counted down. We're inching closer and closer to that checkered flag, and when we go back to green flag racing, things are going to get crazy in a quick hurry. Let's see if we can pull another one of our drivers in here for some race interviews. Let's see if we can get one of these other cats up and into the booth. Let's see if we can pull in Ryan Peterson. Let's get Ryan up here. He is one of the guys that put this whole thing on. Let's get Ryan up here into the booth. Hey Ryan, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Hey, what's going on, Aaron? How are we?
Not too bad, Ryan, man. What a race so far. Obviously, some tough breaks for yourself and a lot of your teammates here this afternoon. But, man, this has been such a fun race. Going to Talladega, having some fun here for a great cause this afternoon, man. Take us kind of, what's going through your mind right now is you're able to get the community together, do all this work, and put on such a great show for such a great cause and helping the Lapan family out here this evening.
Well, that's the whole thing is here at HCK, we pride ourselves on being more than just a racing community. We come together as, came together, racing brought us together, but we're more of a family style a community here. We take after our own, look after our own, and when somebody goes down, it kind of hurts everybody. So we all like step up and try to get together and help out as much as we can. I appreciate not only the guys in the league that came out, but spreading the word, getting the word out there, you getting the word out there. Getting some other people from other racing communities in here just to give a little helping hand when needed. It's good to see. It's what I like to see, and that's why I put all the effort I do into this league because of what we do here.
Yeah, absolutely. A community, a family, a lot of friends that just come together and help each other out. A helping hand when one of us goes down, we all kind of go down. We all feel that pain and that hurt, and to be able to come together as much as we can and to put on a show for all the fans or anyone that wants to donate, man, is absolutely amazing. And being able to support each other like this just shows how wonderful the HCK Eagles Truck Series really is and how much of a family that you guys are here in this series.
Absolutely, and we couldn't do half what we do without broadcasters like yourself. You guys are out there busting your butts, making things amazing, making it look good and all that. So we appreciate that. You guys do a hell of a job.
Absolutely, brother. I appreciate that. Well, Ryan, I'm going to let you jump back in there and watch this race as things are about to get crazy here. Only a couple laps left to go, and it's going to be wild to see who ends up in victory lane, man. Do you got a favorite? Do you got a choice right now? Who do you think is going to pick up the dub here this afternoon?
Well, obviously my favorite's going to be one of my teammates here at HP Motorsports. I know we got Kyle Van Tassel up there. He's a back runner usually, but he's pushing hard tonight. He's doing really good, so I'm hoping to get him up there. But anybody, man, at the end of the day, it's a charity event. Racing, the win doesn't matter. It's just the whole knit of getting everybody together for a good cause.
Absolutely, brother. Well, good luck at there, having some fun, and hopefully we'll see one of those beautiful KR Gutters and Ridge Power Sports rides up here in the broadcast booth at the end of the night.
I appreciate you, Aaron.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Ryan Peterson as Ryan coming in and giving us some great words right there. He worked his butt off, same with Gregory Turner and Kevin Winker, so many of these admin people that are part of the HTK Beagles, just putting in the work, the effort, everything else, continuously giving updates and pointing people into the right direction and getting all this figured out, getting a great time and everything together to have all these drivers in the community come together here tonight for Jason Lapan. And still talking about Lapan here on this restart, he's back there in position number 5, the inside lane stuck together. They get a great restart. Neil Lapidus right there as well. Would be crazy to see Mr. Lapidus able to pull this one off and put himself up into victory lane as we get a green-white checker finish. It's only 2 more laps left to go, unless we see that caution flag fly before we get the white flag. And here you go, you already see him coming. 2, 3, 4 wide back there behind him as Neil Lapidus looking for the race lead. They lead that 5 right of Nicholas Snyder high and dry, and look who's on his back bumper. That is Jason Lapan. Lapan looking to try to jump up into the race lead. Let's see if he stays with this 26. He's still pushing them down through corner number 3 and 4 is out of 4. They're 3 wide back here behind him. Does Lapan stay with the 26 and Neil Lapidus? No, he's going to move up the racetrack. He's going to slide into the middle as down through the tri-oval, door to door for the race lead. We'll see that white flag fly one more time around here in the Racing for a Cause charity event this afternoon in door to door, but out in front, the man that this is all for Jason Lapan. We talked about it, how much of a storybook ending it would be to see Lapan pick up the checker flag and put himself up and into victory lane here this afternoon. He's getting a great shove here from the 3 right of Mark Beverly. They get a great run down to the inside now where they'll pick up Neil Lapidus and the number 5 of Nicholas Snyder. But the last lap move could happen any moment, and there you go. Neil Lapidus, he jumps to the outside. He's looking for a big run. Is down through the tri-oval. They're 3, 4, 5, 6 wide back here behind them, but no one is gonna get there, and it's Jason Lapan who picks up the checkered flag. Lapan is able to get it done, and he picks up the win here this evening. You can't make it up, ladies and gentlemen. My gosh, what did we just witness as Lapan able to get it done and picks up the win in his own charity event here this afternoon. A storybook finish as he puts that Michael's Warrior Project number 20 ride into the Talladega Speedway victory lane. What a run, what a finish, what a wild end to such a great race here this afternoon. And we can't thank you guys enough for tuning in, being a part of the show here this evening. All the likes, the comments, the shares, any of the supporters, and all of these drivers and fans in the stands that came together for such a great cause. For Jason Lapan and the Lapan family, and we can't thank you guys enough for being here and being able to witness what just happened as Jason Lapan gonna celebrate here on the front straightaway at Talladega Super Speedway after picking up the dub here this evening, as Ryan Peterson says, for Lapan. Hashtag for Lapan. Absolutely love it. Hashtag for Lapan up in the chat right now. Let's get some congratulations here for Jason Lapan picking up the dub this afternoon. Mark Beverly doing a great job help pushing him to that checkered flag, but we did see Neil Lapidus so close to putting that Sock outdoors number 26 right up in victory lane himself in Tyler Carnegie. Right there in position number 4 as well. Carnegie with a great run up inside the top 5, and last season's champion Nicholas Snyder back there rounding out our top 5. And we did see K-Dub, Kevin Winker, Nathan Nixon. Those guys were trying to get that third lane, that outside lane going. Unfortunately, on that final lap, they just couldn't quite keep up with that inside and middle groove, and they fall all the way back to just outside the top 10 here this afternoon. But it's all Jason Lapan as Lapan celebrates here on the front straightaway. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for our race winner. We're going to get ready to pull the top 3 up and into the broadcast booth here this afternoon. In just a couple more moments, we'll pull them up into the booth here for their post-race interviews. We'll wait for Jason, we'll wait for Mark and Neil Lapidus to jump into that podium finishers waiting room here this evening. Get them in for some words, some reactions of what just happened out there on the racetrack. As Janelle says, great racing, absolutely amazing racing, absolutely amazing finish here this evening, man. That was absolutely wild to watch. That was such a great truck race, such a great run out there for each and every one of these drivers, man. We saw, a lot of good green flag laps. We saw some green flag pit stops. We saw a couple of really big wrecks there, a couple of huge flips, huge accidents out there on the speedway, which is always super exciting to watch. But there at the end, man, that green white checkered, everyone able to keep it clean and green out there, and to see that finish and Lapan to be able to pick up the win in storybook fashion, man, was absolutely amazing. And we're gonna get ready to pull Jason back up here into the broadcast booth himself. Hey, Jason, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Aaron.
Jason, man, what a run, what a race. We talked to you there about 15, 16 laps ago. You talked about it was time to go. We saw you quickly work yourself through the field, but you had to make some moves late in this race, and all of a sudden, you're out in front. You're leading on that final lap. You got a great shover like Mark Beverly to your back bumper. He sticks with you, doesn't leave you high and dry, and you're able to pick up the win here this afternoon, man, in what I would call a storybook race here this evening for you, as you're able to pick up the win. You're in an event that was, for you and your family.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. I owe it to Mark, obviously. He could have jumped to the outside and took his own run, but he stuck with me. But after the last 2 weeks I had, this feels good. Hopefully everything is turning around. I mean, and then I called my shot there with 16 laps to go, so I had to deliver on that. But I just want to thank Greg, Ryan, all the admins for putting this on. My family truly appreciates it. So great to be a part of this league. Hopefully we get some of these guys to join up for next week. Really looking for the start of the season, and to be honest, I didn't even think I was going to make this race about a week ago. And I did everything I can to be here tonight.
Well, it all pays off, brother, as you were able to get it done and pick up the checkered flag here at Talladega Super Speedway, holding off all these other drivers back there behind you, and virtually one-handed as a shattered hand out there on the racetrack. You pulled off your best Ricky Bobby and cutting that cast off, and here at Talladega, you're able to beat all these drivers, even having that injury, and put on a show for us, man, and calling that shot and putting yourself up here in victory lane. You couldn't make it up here this afternoon.
Yeah, this is the first time I've been up in the booth talking to you too. So perfect night for it.
Definitely a perfect night for it, brother, and it's been long past due, so we're glad to get you up here in such a great fashion as well. And hopefully, as you said, next week, the start of the HCK Beagles' newest season, and you'll be right back in there, back in contention. And maybe this is going to be that momentum builder, that turn of, bad luck into good luck and good runs, and potentially, a hot start here to the new season with the HCK Beagles.
That's what the hope's for. I'm looking forward to the season with my teammates Jake and Ed, and hopefully we could all be in that top 5 at the end.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Jason, a great run, a great drive here this evening, man. Who would you like to thank for such an amazing run, an amazing event here this afternoon?
So definitely my wife. We've She's been with me every step of the way as we navigate through this. So I can't thank her enough. Actually, next week I sponsor the race, and it's the I Love My Wife 65 at Daytona. So hopefully I get her in the booth, and then my teammates. I know my buddy at work, Rich Bradshaw, was watching. I'd like to thank him, and Michael's Warrior Project, and but most of all, I'd like to thank the admins, especially Greg and Ryan. They've been texting with me, talking with me the last 2 weeks, and it's helped out a lot.
Absolutely,
And
brother.
thank you too.
Absolutely, man. It is all of our pleasures to be here and to help you and to support you and your family and be able to watch it out there on the racetrack, man. It was special. It was awesome to see. We are super happy that you're able to make it into the race, and here you are putting yourself up into victory lane. Jason, I can't wait to see you back out there on the racetrack next Tuesday and hopefully putting that 20 ride right back up here into victory lane. Another trip up here into the broadcast booth.
Not gonna call that one quite yet.
Yeah, I don't blame you on that one, but I'll call it. I think we'll see you back up here next week for certain. It may not be a win, but I'm thinking top 3 at least for you next week in our opener.
Sure do hope so. But thanks a lot, Aaron. See you next week.
Absolutely, brother. Enjoy the rest of your night. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our race winner, Jason Lapan. Lapan able to get it done and pick up that checkered flag in a storybook finish here this evening. Absolutely amazing racing action. That was such a blast. An absolutely amazing way to end this race. As Darren Dermott coming in as well, dropping that like on the stream. I appreciate that, Darren, coming in and showing the love here in this one. And Dimitri Curtis says, man, that was a blast. Thanks for the invite and glad Jay got the win. It definitely felt like an outsider, but I think I held my own minus a few hiccups. Yeah, man, it's tough out there. It's definitely tough. And as you're a new driver, jumping into the series, you may have a few friends that you obviously know, Robert McDonald and some of these other guys that you're friends with in real life or just here, virtually, but when you get out there, man, it's tough. It's some tough sledding. You got to try to find those friends. You got to show that you're good to work with. You can hang onto the wheel pretty easily out there on the speedway, and that you can put yourself into some good positions out there, and to find those friends, to find some dancing partners late in the race. It's not always the easiest thing to do, but we were happy, super happy to see you out there, Dimitri. That was awesome to see you out there as well on the speedways. My boy, Neil Lapidus, Mr. Lapidus coming in with the 100 biddies. Neil coming in, setting it off over there on Twitch. What in the world? I appreciate that, brother, coming in, showing the love here in this one. Dropping the 100 biddies over there, my boy. That's absolutely insane. As we'll get ready to jump up into the booth here. We'll be pulling Neil up in just a little bit, but first we're going to pull in our second place finisher, Mark Beverly. Hey, Mark, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Taking a copy?
Yeah, what's going on?
Not much, Mark, man. What a run, what a drive as you were able to pull yourself up here into position number 2 after a wild race here this evening. And late in this one, you make some moves. You're able to get to the back bumper there of Jason Lapan, and instead of leaving him high and dry trying to win this race yourself, you stayed glued to his back bumper down through the front straightaway and through that tri-oval, and you push Jason to the victory here this afternoon, man. Take us back through this race and what's going through your mind as you sit up there on the podium.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, overall, it was a pretty fun race. I just wanted to get towards the front and try to stay away from the mess. But yeah, that last few laps, ended up Lapan got in front of me, and I said, well, this is the man of the hour, so I might as well just push him and see where we go. So, and luckily we got 1-2, so that was a lot of fun there at the end, the last handful of laps.
It definitely looked like a ton of fun. Obviously, a lot of moving around, a lot of issues there with a couple of those big wrecks, and we saw you working there for quite a while with, Kevin Winker and Nathan Nixon, and all of a sudden, they run into their problems, and you're up here at the front. You're gonna try to find some new dancing partners and new people to kind of work with here late in this race. What was kind of going through your mind there during that final restart and in that final couple laps, knowing that they weren't quite there with you? You did have an opportunity to jump up to the outside lane, but you stuck with it down low, danced there with Jason Lapan, and pushed him to the win.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to try to work with them. Like you said, they got cleaned out towards the end there. So I was kind of by myself. I don't really race too much with some of these guys, so I didn't know who would want to run with me. So the restart seemed like whoever's behind me, maybe the 78, didn't get a good jump, so we kind of fell way back there, and then it was just a free for all. So I just stuck it in the middle because usually that's not too bad of a spot. Lapan jumped up in front of me, and then I didn't notice Nixon and Winker until they were already at my door, or I would have liked to have jumped up in front of them too. Maybe had a shot at the win, but hey, we'll take pushing the man of the hour to the win and take second, so can't complain really.
Absolutely can't complain about that one at all. As Mark, you're able to park that three machine up here on the podium. A solid run, a solid drive all afternoon for you, man. Who would you like to thank for such a great performance out there on the racetrack?
Yeah, well, first, thanks to HCK, all the admins putting this little event together for Jason. Thanks for you broadcasting it out there for everybody to watch, and yeah, we'll look forward to the next season starting, I think, next week. So should be fun.
Yeah, season starting next Tuesday and gonna be a ton of fun. A lot of great racing, a lot more, amazing finishes like we just saw here in this one, and potentially turning the tables for yourself and potentially putting yourself up and into victory lane here next week or multiple times throughout the season. As that three machine definitely looked very, very fast. It's gonna be awesome to see you out there on the racetrack trying to battle for these dubs week after week.
Absolutely appreciate it, and we'll catch you next week, and hopefully Jason can push me to the win. So
Absolutely, brother. Mark, enjoy the rest of your night and congratulations again on that second place finish.
thanks. We'll catch you next week.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Mark Beverly, our second place finisher here this afternoon. Mark having a great run, a great drive, and putting himself up and into position number 2. As Edward says, helping the teammate, battle buddy, co-worker, former co-worker, win it all at all cost. Win at all cost there late in this race. Congrats, Jay. Proud of you, buddy. We love to see that. We love to see all the For Lapan hashtags up in the chat as well. Cheering on Jason Lapan for picking up this dub and for this entire event, man. We can't storybook ending here, man. It just wrote itself right in front of us, ladies and gentlemen, for Jason Lapan and his entire family. Pick up the win here in the charity event put on for him and his family is absolutely amazing. As we'll get ready to pull in our third place finisher, our boy Neil Lapidus. Neil having a great run, a great drive here, and putting himself up and onto the podium is absolutely insane. We're happy to see him up here and getting this great run, and hopefully we see him get some more great runs just like this throughout the regular season. But let's pull Neil up here into the broadcast booth. Hey Neil, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Yes, sir. How we doing?
Not too bad, Neil, man. What a run, what a race. Take us back through this one, man. We saw you up at the front battling a lot here this evening for, just a solid run, a solid finish. But here we are late in this race trying to put yourself into position to pick up this win, and you're right there. You just need a little bit more help late in this race. You couldn't quite get it, and you got to settle in for a third place podium run here this evening in this charity event.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be able to get a podium at all. Seeing Lapan come around and end up winning the race that we're all here for. That's just absolutely awesome. And I was telling him after the race, I actually didn't even realize that he had won until after the race was over. I was so in the zone trying to just hold it down and keep my position there to the checkered. And whenever I looked up and saw that he was in first place, I was like, "Oh no way!" So yeah, I'm super happy he got the win. Super thankful that I was able to get the podium finish. I had my teammates helping me. The 78 of Matt Langley is joining us this season, and we have Rob McDonald back. So they were all doing a great job and just keeping us straight and getting us up front to where we finished.
Absolutely, brother. We saw you guys working well together all afternoon, and that 26 ride hooked up and looked very fast, and now getting some of that momentum. And we saw you, later on, late in the season, last year, starting to get quicker and quicker. Race after race, lap after lap, the 26 continue to get better and better. And here we are. Obviously not the official start of our season here with the HCK Beagles. That's coming next week, but building that momentum, getting off to a hot start here, and getting ready to rock and roll for the regular season that gets underway next week has got to be, a good feeling knowing that you're getting off on the right foot here in this race.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. It's nice to be out here and be able to be fast with these guys. And Talladega is a track that it's one of those. It's a super speedway restricted plate track, so it's really anyone's game. Um, fair race for just about anybody, and usually the underdogs are the ones that finish well here. And um, so I'm glad I had a fast truck tonight. And like I said, there was a lot of people pushing me, some good clean racing, tough racing. Ended up getting up into the catch fence there once, but was able to land on all fours and get down pit road and get it fixed real fast. Was able to get out here and finish well. So yeah, we'll see how the season goes. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to be up in this at least podium position more, maybe get some wins this season, at least for the team.
Absolutely, brother. We can't wait to see how it all plays out for you throughout the rest of this season. But man, Neil, a great run, a great try for you here this afternoon. Who would you like to thank for such a great performance out here at Talladega Motors or Super Speedway?
Yeah, first and foremost, I just want to thank my sponsor, Osawk Outdoors, osawkoutdoors.com. You can go onto that website and get some hunting apparel and some hunting accessories for bow hunting, compound bows, things like that. Um, I'd like to thank the league, HCK Beagles, all the admins for putting this race together, putting all the races together every single week. I'd like to thank my team for just being there, supporting us, and just everybody in this whole league is always awesome. I want to thank you, Aaron, for putting a great podcast together every week. I try and show my support to you as much as I can, and you put on an awesome broadcast for us. Be able to put on a good show for our viewers.
Absolutely, brother. And there's no better place to be than up here in the broadcast booth watching you guys duke it out week after week after week. And I'm super happy to see you guys back here again, for another season, some more great racing, and another, wild finishes like we just saw here tonight for the HCK Beagles. And I'm glad to have you a part of, obviously the HCK Beagles family, but also part of the Peacemaker family. And hopefully, we get to see you get more and more great finishes like you did here tonight. More opportunities to talk to you up here in the broadcast booth, and hopefully a couple trips maybe up into victory lane here throughout this season, and potentially championship for either you or your team here on the line coming up. So hopefully, nothing but the best for you and the team here in the next season, Neil. And congratulations again on the great run here tonight. Hopefully, just a taste of what's to come here, next week and the rest of the season here with the HCK Beagles.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to burn it down in the infield for you guys.
Absolutely, brother. I can't wait to see you out there. Neil, congrats again on the third place run, and we'll see you back out there on the racetrack next Tuesday for our season opener, brother.
Yep. See you next week, Aaron. Thanks.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your night.
You too.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for Neil Lapan. This is Neil coming home there in position number 3 here this evening. A great run and a great race there for the OSOCOutdoors.com number 26 of Neil Lapidus. Unfortunately, though, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us here this afternoon, man. What a run, what a race, what a crazy finish here this afternoon, man. That was absolutely wild. That was absolutely insane to watch all these crazy wrecks, all the big moves, all the crazy finishes, and wrecks, everything else, everything that just kind of unfolded in front of our eyes here. And be able to watch Jason Lapan pick up that checkered flag to be able to put that 20 ride up into victory lane here, man. All for such a great cause, and we can't thank everybody who tuned in and just showed the love by watching and reacting to the broadcast, whether it's hitting the like over there on YouTube or hitting that heart reaction over on Facebook or just tuning in and enjoying over there on Twitch. All the love and everything else and the support is felt here, not only for myself but for the entire Lapan family, seeing all these amazing drivers, a bunch of different leagues and different drivers from those leagues come together for a great cause, jump in here and put on a great show for us here, and to put all this money together for Jason Lapan and his family after a terrible house fire or garage fire, losing their garage, their cars, so much of their livelihood right there got up in smoke. And for everyone to come together and support such a great cause is absolutely amazing. And for Lapan to be able to win this race, a race that was, created and made for him and his family, his storybook finish, to be able to pick up that checkered flag and to put himself up and into victory lane here tonight was absolutely wild. But unfortunately, that will do it for us here in this one. You'll be able to catch a lot of these drivers, most of these drivers, again here next week. As Charlie says, hell of a finish. How can someone join this league? Charlie, my boy, I can get you the Discord. I can get you the info right here in 2 seconds. I'll post it into the... Why is this hidden? I don't know why it's hidden. Hidden use copy button. I use copy button, but then it just copies the other thing. Yeah, it doesn't copy the actual link. Charlie, I do believe you're in the Bulletproof Discord. Let me see if I can find you over there. Where is Charlie? Let me see if I can find him on here. Is he on here? You might have to shoot me a message over there on Discord. Oh, no, I found you, Mr. Tubbs. I found you over there on Discord. If anyone else doesn't have it, I can send you my Discord link, and you can join that way, and I can shoot you the info. There we go. I'm going to send that to Charlie right there. Hopefully I sent that link to you. Hopefully that gets you in there. There we go. I'm going to send that to you over on Discord, brother, so you can get in on the action, become part of the HCK Beagles family, and join in on the fun of the season that gets started next week. And if anyone else is looking to join, make sure you let me know. Make sure you let me know. I'll get you pointed in the right direction. I'll figure out how to get this link to work over here and make sure that we get everyone into the Discord and into the fun. Streamer mode? Yeah, it's got to be streamer mode or something for certain. Yeah, I'll probably have to wait until after the stream, but I got you, my boy. I got you. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, can't thank you guys enough for tuning in. Can't thank you guys enough for watching and showing the love here this evening. And I'll catch you guys all back in here. I don't think we have anything planned tomorrow night. Our Wednesday night series is still off for another couple weeks. I do got to work tomorrow, so I'll probably be busy doing that. I may take the afternoon off and go to bed early, try to get some sleep, try to get checked up on all that, and then get ready to be back in action on Thursday afternoon. As Thursday we will see the Hypershift Racing League back in action. As Charlie says, I'm excited to see what happens with our partnership, brother. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Listen, I probably, because it's so late, I probably won't announce it and post that flyer as of yet tonight, but tomorrow morning I'll probably get that thrown out there and a big write-up and get that excitement and everything else building and try to grow the dirt. Sorry, I gotta learn it. The Dirt Track Junkies. I was for some reason thinking Dirt Track Digest. It's the Dirt Track Junkies. And we can't wait to help you grow that, man, and get some amazing merch and everything else out there for everybody. So trust me, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be a great partnership, my boy. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're gonna do some great things. But listen, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'll catch y'all back here in the next one. Peace out for now. Peace and love, baby. Peace and love, ladies and gentlemen.
Throttle down, no time to waste in this high-octane haste. Every corner, every taste leads us closer to first place. Under lights, the engine scream. This is more than just a dream. Through the asphalt like a beam, racers' hearts with fervor gleam. In this game we find our might, push the pedal like the night. With each lap our spirits flight, racing on with all our might. Trucks flying through the night, NASCAR dreams within our sight. Asphalt heroes in the fight, peacemakers gaming life so bright. Rev it up, feel the pace, speed hounds in the race. Feel the thrill, feel the chase, victory is our holy place. Thrill the place, thrill the place. Throttle down, no time to waste in this high-octane haste. Feel the thrill, feel the chase, victory is our only place. Throttle down, no time to waste in this high-octane haste. Every corner, every taste leads us closer to first place. Throttle down, no time to waste in this high-octane haste. In this high-octane haste, every corner, every taste leads us closer to first place. Under lights, the engine scream. This is more than just a dream. Through the asphalt like a beam, racers' hearts with fervor gleam. In this game we find our might, push the pedal like the night. With each lap our spirits flight, racing on with all our might.